welcome back to another episode of my Let's Play series. You join me over here at the Mushroom Biome, where I have been very busy in between episodes gathering resources. It's actually been about 5 or 6 days since I recorded my last clip, and I have been getting together a lot of things: stone bricks, mossy stone bricks, and lots of cracked bricks as well. This is so that I can do sidewalks all the way around here and start laying out where the roads are going to go to the different areas of town. And I have also gathered a bunch of resources here out of my storage system, and also a little bit of farming, and of course our flowers from last time, so that we can create this area over here and get this going as what we want it to be. You can see that I have been making some azalea trees over here, which is where all of these azalea leaves have come from. So we have a little bit of rooted dirt. We actually need a little bit more for what we're doing, because I'm going to be using some rooted dirt for decoration. But yeah, I have been hard at work, and first thing on the docket today is putting in these 2 quadrants over here. Of course, this one we have said is going to be a large tree and a little bit of a park, and over here is actually going to be a flower garden that you can go and walk through. That is why we have all of the flowers. We'll need to remove these. In between episodes, I have been gathering resources, but I have also been doing a little bit of planning for what is going to happen in this area around here. I have been designing buildings, and yes, when I say buildings, plural, lots. I've got a couple that are going to go up over here, a couple that are going to go up over here, a couple over here, and I'm starting to plan out how this is going to go. And one of the big things that I have decided is that I'm going to break up the island into sort of different districts and design them in sort of themed ways. Of course, I've already started a bit of an industrial area over here. I might put in a little bit more residentially stuff over in this area. This area over here is going to be really interesting. It's actually looking like it's going to be a sort of wintry area, and other things as well. Over here is going to be sort of the more old, and then over here we're going to do a bit more modern builds and stuff. And then of course over at different places on the island we're going to do different things and interesting buildings with farms in them. So there's a lot to look forward to that is coming up. I am very excited about the way things are going. I've got a couple buildings over here that I really love, and over there that I really love, and I need some more resources for those, so we're going to be building more farms. And yeah, so there is a lot coming that I am very excited about, and today is the start of that. Today we are going to finish the park and finish the pathways that go around the park, and then we are 100% ready to start expanding and putting up buildings, which is very exciting. So what I plan on starting with today is that I am going to do these 2 quadrants, and I'm going to do the path around here. And then a little bit later on, I've got a small farm project that is going to help us with one of these districts around here. So stick around to see that. But right now, without further ado, I'm going to build up the rest of this park and those pathways in the form of a 3rd-person time lapse. So let's get it going. And we're back, and look at this park. It is now pretty much complete. I'm really happy with how these two sections turn out. I might still do a little bit of shaping on this tree, but I am really liking the lower shape and everything as well, and I'm starting to get there on the leaves. I think there's still a little bit of work to be done. We've got this nice path with these benches, which will eventually, I am going to let these oxidize to the green so that we get the contrast with the acacia and the tree. We've got lighting installed into it in these bushes or on the outsides. And then over here, we have our flower garden with the paths running through. We've thrown in a little bit of coarse dirt. There's still a little bit of shaping that needs to be done. Some of these paths are a little bit too square. But I'm really liking how this has come out. This is really nice here. I did have to go and get a couple more flowers because I was short on a couple things. I was short on this lily of the valley and also on alliums. So took a fly out. I've done a couple other things as well, which I'll show you in just a minute. But this is looking really, really good, and that means that the fountain plaza is now complete. We have all 4 quadrants installed, and over here I have also updated the map to show, and you could see there it's looking really, really good. And I mean, you can already see the progress between these two maps with all of the walkways and everything. And speaking of walkways, we also put in the sidewalk around the outside of the road, and as you could probably tell by the time lapse, there were some sections that I have left like this, which is actually where the roads are going to go out. So there and there on this side, and then on this side there's a road coming out there and there, and then of course on this side the roads are already going. So I've put sidewalks on the outside, and of course the center area we've already talked about a little bit, but it's not going to be sidewalks like this. We're going to have a bit of a winding path and some trees and things. It's going to be like a gardeny walkway, sort of median to the road. So that is all looking really, really good, and I am happy with how this has turned out. Now, as for the other things that I was talking about, I have gathered some stuff in my inventory here. It's been a day since I recorded all those time lapses, and I have been hard at work. This is the stuff that I need for the farm that I said we are going to put up today. Just a little micro farm, but it's going to be for the first little biome that I want to make on this island here. And I'm sure by these items you can guess exactly what we're going to be doing. Yes, we're going to be making a snow farm. Now, so the idea is over here, this section of the island, I'm going to turn into a wintry landscape. And to do that, I want to basically cover it with snow and ice. Now, the first thing that I thought about doing was, oh, there's a brown mushroom. Those are really, really rare. The first thing that I thought about doing was making a bunch of snow golems and leading and putting them on leashes and just walking around with them. But this biome is too warm for that for some reason. I don't really understand. I always thought that it was only like deserts and stuff that they didn't work, but yeah, they don't work here. So I can't even make a snow farm here. So I'm actually gonna have to go back over to my other area to make a little snow farm. I'm just gonna put it up next to the tree farm. And yeah, so I'm going to do that, and we're going to get snow blocks and snow layers. So that's why I've got a bunch of shulker boxes as well. And I also went over to my villager trading setup, and I made myself a bunch of shovels. I usually like to make these all with the same order of enchants, but I messed one of these up, and the enchants are backwards. So there's that as well. So yeah, we're going to get that snow farm done today. But yeah, I'm very, very happy with how this has all turned out and how the paths look and everything. And also I did a little bit of texturing in here with coarse dirt and rooted dirt as well. And I think that that looks really nice. I didn't want this to be grass in here to give it that contrast. And we've done a little bit of moss as well. And we've also got lighting in every section now. So this park is going to be lit at night, but not super lit. It's still going to be dark in places and interesting. This was one of the big things that I was going for when I made this area. I wanted it to play with lighting, and of course this is something that is going to be easier in 1.18 because if they stick with the way that they have decided now, mobs don't spawn unless the light level is 0, which would have been nice to know before I decided to do this entire base, but still, the mushroom biome still works because I can also have light level 0, so I don't have to worry about that. So This is looking really, really nice. And now I think it is time to go over to our other part of our world, to our original base, and build up a little bit of a snow farm. Okay, so here we are over on the other section of our world. I'm just going to clear out a little bit of space here so that we can put up a farm. I'm just going to put it up right next to our tree farm over here. So we'll just clear out a bit of these leaves, and then I think that'll be enough space for us to make our farm. Okay, so we have our little area cleared out here, and now this farm is going to work on a pretty simple principle, which is we are going to basically sit uh, the snow golems on top of a couple of blocks that have hopper minecarts. Oh my goodness, I've got too much stuff in my inventory. Running out of them. Let me just throw down one of these shulker boxes and throw a bunch of stuff in here. There we go. Get rid of our shovels. So we want 2 hopper minecarts, and then we are going to shove these inside of blocks, and we're going to sit those on top of hoppers, which are then going to run into our shulker boxes. So we're going to have hopper, so then we put this here and this there, and then we need to run hoppers into those. And then basically we want our hopper minecarts to sit on top of those. So we got to block that in completely like this, and on the front as well. And then we need to put our rails in here just like this, and then we need our 2 hopper minecarts in here just like that, and then we need to force a couple of blocks down inside of that. So we're going to need a wall on the back here anyway, so we'll do that, and then those will go there, and then all we need to do is face sticky pistons, or not sticky pistons, regular pistons, facing downwards. This is getting annoying, like this, and then we will use redstone to force them down. Yes, of course. We do need to remove the rails that we put these on first. 1, 2, and then it'll work. And so that's 1, and that's 2. And I'm not getting sounds from redstone at the moment for some reason. Block sounds? No, everything's up. That is super weird. I don't know if it's recording it, but either way. And then we get rid of those. I hope, I actually wonder, can snow golems make snow on glass? I guess we will find out. I hope they can't. Then we should be able to get rid of these 2 blocks. And then basically anything that is on here, which is our snow, will get picked up immediately and put into our shulker boxes, which we do actually want on their side so that they can be opened, just like that, and also like that. So then we need to get our snow golems in here. So we want some blocks on the front, some blocks on the sides, and then what we're going to do is use chains to get them in the correct positioning. So we want the snow golem in the center there. So let's just put a couple extra blocks around the sides, and then we're going to come back 1 and then out to the sides. And this is actually going to tell us pretty much right away whether this is going to work or whether I need to swap those glass down there with solid blocks, because we're going to make a snow golem in here, and we will see immediately if it makes snow on glass. So it's like that. And it does. So we have no problem. And then we basically just need to shove him into there. Okay, that is all correct. Now, he didn't make snow, but that is normal because he's stuck between the chains at the moment. Those chains on the bottom will remove in just a second. Because those chains are occupying the block, it can't make snow there. Let's just get rid of all of this extra glass. Why am I not getting any sounds? This is very, very strange. I was getting sounds a second ago. No, there's no sounds. Interesting. Super weird, but I was getting sounds right before I hit record. Anyway, we will break that, and then we're down here. There's absolutely no sound. So strange. All right, and then we can remove this block here, this block here, this block here, this block here. And then all we have to do is remove this chain and remove this chain. And then he is stuck perfectly in the center of here. And we can use, okay, I don't have the correct shovel at the moment, but we can use this to basically instantly get as much snow as we like. And it is automatically picked up and shoved down into these two shulker boxes for loading. And when there's no other stuff in them, we would have all snow in them. And if we use Silk Touch, we get that kind of snow. And of course, if we use our other shovels that we have gotten here, we get snow balls instead. And we can craft those into snow blocks. So we'll be getting both. I actually probably should have made one or two of these shovels as Silk Touch, but that doesn't really matter. I'm going to figure out what's wrong with my sounds, and then I'll be back. Okay, I have restarted Minecraft, and we're still having some weird sound issues, but we seem to have a little bit of sound at least. So this is completely working now. We're getting lots of snow super easily. And yeah, the plan is to take mostly snow layers, actually, because I plan on just covering the mycelium. The way that snow works with grass and mycelium, I can actually show you here probably, is when you cover it, the block becomes snow. So we won't see mycelium or anything underneath it. We will just have nice white snow. I also do want some snow blocks. They're quite annoying to craft, snow blocks, because you have to craft them like 4 at a time, I think, because it's 16. Yeah, really terrible, but we'll get lots of those as well. I'm probably going to get I'm probably going to try and fill the shulker boxes that I brought with me with snow. Just basically by sitting here and doing this and trying not to break any tools for durability. That's the biggest thing. It's very, very easy when you're instant mining to break tools, and this is the only Silk Touch one I have at the moment. I could actually just run back over to my villager setup. It's just over there, and grab a Silk Touch book and throw it on one of these. I'll need some levels, but trading to get the book will get me probably enough to do it. But yeah, I'm just going to be here for a while, and I am going to fill up shulker boxes. Okay, we have our snow, and we are back over here at the mushroom biome. I've also done a little bit of work over here in the meantime, and I have removed the mushrooms from this area. The tall mushrooms, not all the little brown ones along the ground. I will get rid of those as I go along and put in the snow. I really hope I've brought enough, but I have a feeling I haven't. I've brought 5 shulker boxes of layers, and that's the ice I'm going to use for texturing, and I've also brought 2 shulker boxes of snow blocks. So the idea here is that we come along and we basically cover the entire area in snow layers. And the nice thing about this is if I accidentally put a couple layers on a spot, that only it just adds texture and depth, so it's not a big deal. And oh, that's interesting. Weird. Oh, that's super weird. If you put it on the side of a mushroom, it goes under the mushroom, but there's nothing actually there. Is that connected textures from Optifine doing that? Anyway, we'll be getting rid of the mushrooms and putting snow layers in, because it also wraps over like this really nicely with connected textures from Optifine. So yeah, there you go. I've already used a stack. So we're going to go through a lot of snow doing this. And yeah, so this is just going to be a lot of block placement. But that is not going to happen this episode. That is an absolutely enormous task. It's going to look really good when it's done. I also plan on coming through here with the ice and doing like maybe some veins in like the side of the rock here, so I can like take this out. And I don't want it to all be ice, but we can like run some ice through the wall and make it look kind of interesting. And I don't know, this is just to see what it looks like. But yeah, and then if everything is snow, obviously I might need to swap out a couple blocks, because if ice is over something, oh no, that's okay, because it eventually took away the mycelium. There we go. Oh, these mushrooms are annoying. I wish oh, actually, I wonder if, can I get rid of them just with like a water bucket? if I do it before I place anything? Yes. Okay, that's going to be the way to do that. And then, so there we go. Yeah, so it's going to be better than that. It's a little bit terrible at the moment, but if it ran a little bit further over this way, it wouldn't be too bad. And if I'd fixed the stone that was there, it also wouldn't be too bad. So yeah, we're going to use it to texture and block in, and with the snow it is going to look really, really nice. But like I said, that's not going to happen today because we've already done so much and I'm completely out of time for this episode. But I just wanted to thank you so much for watching. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you do that, because we are going to keep building up this area over here with beautiful buildings and biomes and all sorts of things. But that's going to do it for today. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.